Have you ever wondered what truly shapes your mind, not just influences it, but actually colors the very essence of your soul? What if I told you that every passing thought, every flicker of curiosity is silently sculpting the person you're becoming right now? And what if the secret to unlocking a wiser, sharper, more insightful version of yourself lies not in complexity, but in timeless wisdom that's over 2,000 years old? Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Such a simple statement, yet it carries a powerful truth. Every idea you entertain, every question you dare to ask, molds the very foundation of who you are. As you're listening to this now, I invite you to visualize a version of yourself that is clearer in thought, deeper in insight, and glowing with newfound wisdom. That version of you isn't just a fantasy, it's within reach. And in this video, we're diving into 10 powerful Stoic techniques that will elevate your intelligence and sharpen your perspective on life. This is your chance to stretch your mind, to challenge what you know, to grow in ways that last. So if you're someone who values personal growth and lifelong learning, take a second to hit that notification bell and subscribe. Let this be the start of a journey to a wiser, more resilient you. Technique 1. Embracing change as a teacher change. It's one of the few constants in life. Seasons shift, technology evolves, and even the flavor of your favorite snack might surprise you one day. While many of us instinctively resist change, clinging to the comfort of the familiar, the Stoics saw change differently. To them, change wasn't just inevitable, it was a profound teacher. Think about your own life for a moment. Haven't your greatest growth moments often come right after a change? Whether it was starting a new job, moving to a different city, or reading a book that shifted your entire worldview, change pushed you forward. It stretched you, challenged you, and forced you to adapt. And that adaptation? That's where true intelligence begins to form. Marcus Aurelius, a guiding voice in Stoic philosophy, once said, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." It's a radical shift in perspective, one that turns fear into empowerment. Instead of mourning change, what if we saw it as a doorway, a gateway to growth, wisdom, and clarity? Now, embracing change doesn't mean chasing every new trend or throwing your life into chaos. It means developing flexibility of mind. It means choosing curiosity over fear when life throws you a curveball. Because when we meet change with openness, we don't just survive it, we expand from it. So the next time your routine is interrupted, a new app at work, an unexpected detour on your drive home, pause, take a breath, see it as a lesson waiting to be learned. Because with every shift, with every transformation, your mind grows a little sharper. And speaking of growth, the second Stoic principle might surprise you. It has nothing to do with comfort and everything to do with the power of discomfort. So as we've just explored, discomfort, rather than something to avoid, can be the very force that propels us towards strength, wisdom, and true intelligence. That brings us to another equally powerful Stoic insight, the practice of deliberate disengagement. In today's world, we're constantly told to engage with our work, engage with our goals, engage with our relationships. But how often do we hear about the value of stepping back? The Stoics deeply understood this paradox. They taught that sometimes the smartest move isn't to push harder, but to pause, to deliberately disengage, not out of laziness, but with purpose. Picture this. A painter has been working on a canvas for hours. They're lost in the details, trying to perfect every brushstroke. But the longer they stare, the less they see. So what do? They step back. They walk away, take a breath, and return with fresh eyes. Suddenly, the full picture comes into view, and it makes sense. Just like the painter, our minds need that same kind of break. Stepping back gives us space to breathe, to recalibrate, and to approach life's challenges with renewed clarity and focus. Marcus Aurelius himself reflected on this in his Meditations. He observed, "Men seek retreats for themselves, houses, in the country, seashores, and mountains, but you have the power to retire into yourself whenever you choose." What a powerful reminder. Retreat isn't about escaping to a remote location. It's about creating mental distance from the noise and demands around us. And in our hyper-connected digital age, that kind of inner retreat is more important than ever. It's not about avoiding responsibility or neglecting duty. It's about intentionally carving out moments, even just a few minutes, to reflect, to reset, and to simply be. Take a walk without your phone. Breathe deeply for 5 minutes. Dedicate a few hours, maybe even a whole day, to unplug and reconnect with your inner world. Because in that space, your thoughts settle, your perspective widens, and your mind becomes ready, again, to learn and grow. So remember, amid the rush of tasks and to-do lists, the wisest thing you might do today is pause, even just for a moment. So as we embrace the idea that every day is a classroom, we begin to see how learning isn't just something we do. It becomes part of who we are. And with that mindset, we step into the next powerful Stoic insight. 5. Cultivating gratitude as a gateway to wisdom. At first glance, gratitude might seem like a passing emotion, something we feel when someone does us a favor or offers a kind word. But the Stoics viewed it very differently. To them, gratitude wasn't just a reaction, it was a practice, a deliberate way of seeing the world. Imagine wearing a special lens that reveals meaning in the ordinary, lessons in hardship, and beauty in moments you might have otherwise overlooked. That's what gratitude offers. It trains your mind to recognize value, not only in comfort, but also in challenge. When you're grounded in gratitude, you stop obsessing over what you lack and begin appreciating what you already have. And that shift, it sharpens your awareness. It brings clarity. It deepens your understanding of the world and of yourself. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully when he wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This isn't just a poetic reflection, it's an invitation to begin each day with wonder, curiosity, and thankfulness. Because when we do, we unlock the quiet lessons hidden in every moment. In today's fast-paced, future-focused world, it's easy to get swept up in what's next. The next deadline, the next goal, the next problem. But when we slow down, even for a breath, and express gratitude, we come back to the now. We become more observant, more reflective, and more open to the wisdom life is offering us constantly. Gratitude lets us find meaning in a child's laughter, insight in a failed project, and beauty in something as simple as a sunset. It doesn't just make us happier, it makes us smarter, more aware, more present. So as you walk your path through life, remember this: gratitude isn't just for celebrations or moments of success. It's for every day, in the small, in the ordinary, in the moments we often take for granted. Because within that, gratitude lies a deeper intelligence, a greater capacity for understanding, and a profound sense of wisdom. As we just explored, gratitude opens our hearts and our minds to the beauty and wisdom embedded in everyday life. But there's another practice that deepens this awareness even further. 6. The power of mindful observation. When we slow down and truly observe, something remarkable happens. We start to see things we've never noticed before, not just in the world around us, but also within ourselves. In these quiet moments, patterns begin to emerge, connections form, and a deeper understanding of life's intricate rhythms begins to take root. But in today's world, where screens flash, notifications buzz, and distractions are always just a tap away, mindful observation can feel almost unnatural. Yet it's in these very moments of silence and stillness that our minds are able to stretch, expand, and flourish. Think about it. Watching the steady rhythm of waves on a beach, noticing the lively choreography of a busy city square, or simply observing the way light filters softly through the leaves of a tree. Each of these scenes holds more than just beauty. They hold truth. And if we're present enough to notice, they offer subtle lessons about movement, balance, chaos, and harmony. So here's a challenge. Set aside just a few minutes each day to observe without distraction. Put the phone down. Let your thoughts settle. And look, really look, at the world around you. In doing so, you won't just find stillness. You'll discover layers of insight hiding in plain sight. Your mind will sharpen, your awareness will deepen, and your intelligence will quietly, but powerfully, grow. After discovering the strength found in true listening, let's now turn inward, to the stillness within. Because sometimes, the most powerful revelations come not from noise, but from silence. 8. Seeking silence amidst. The noise. We live in a world of relentless sound. Notifications chiming, conversations overlapping, traffic humming, and thoughts racing. But what if the very thing we're missing is the one thing we avoid the most? Silence. For the Stoics, silence wasn't emptiness. It was presence. It was where the mind could breathe, where clarity could rise above the chaos. Much of what we fear, the Stoics believed, doesn't stem from reality, but from imagination amplified by constant noise. When we take a step back and immerse ourselves in silence, something shifts. We begin to discern, to see clearly the difference between real concerns and imagined worries. We start letting go of the noise that clouds our thinking. For many, the thought of seeking silence might feel strange, maybe even unsettling. We've built our lives around constant engagement, instant replies, endless content. But seeking silence isn't about abandoning the world, it's about finding balance within it. Just a few minutes of intentional silence each day, during a quiet morning walk before sleep, or even in a moment of deep breathing, can have a profound effect. Over time, this quiet habit sharpens your perception, brings peace to your inner world, and deepens your understanding of who you truly are. So, the next time life feels overwhelming, remember to pause, breathe, and allow silence to speak. Because in those still spaces, your mind begins to shine. 9. The value of diverse interactions. And when we step out of that silence and return to the world, we do so with fresh eyes, ready to connect, to learn, and to grow through the people we meet. One of life's richest experiences is engaging with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life. Each individual you meet carries a world of stories, ideas, and insights. The Stoics recognized that intelligence isn't only cultivated through solitude or books, it also flourishes in conversation, in community, and in connection. Think about it: a brief chat with a barista about their hometown, a lunch break conversation with a coworker from another department, a heartwarming story from your grandparents about their youth. Each exchange is a window into a different world, a new way of thinking, another layer to your understanding of life. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." Wise advice, but let's not forget, growth doesn't just come from experts or gurus. Sometimes it comes from the most unexpected sources, when we're open enough to receive it. So no, you don't need to talk to everyone, but you can be open, you can be curious, and you can recognize that every person has something valuable to offer. In a world that constantly nudges us towards sameness, towards staying in our bubbles, choosing to engage with diverse minds is an act of wisdom. So as you move through your day, make space for difference. Ask someone about their story, share your own, and watch how your intelligence expands with every connection. So after opening ourselves to diverse conversations and fresh perspectives, there's one final Stoic principle that ties everything together. A principle that invites us to trade certainty for curiosity. 10. Cultivating curiosity over judgment. In a world filled with instant opinions and quick scrolls, it's all too easy to form snap judgments. With a single swipe, we decide what we like, what we dislike, who we agree with, and who we don't. But the Stoics urge us to take a different path. Rather than rushing to judge, they invite us to pause and ask, to lean in, to stay open, because in that space between reaction and understanding lies the gateway to true wisdom. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, it is impossible for a person to begin to learn what he thinks he already knows. Let that sink in for a moment. If we walk around thinking we have all the answers, we unintentionally block ourselves from discovering new ones. We close the door to learning. We silence the questions before they've even been asked. But curiosity changes everything. When we adopt a mindset of wonder, when we approach life like there's always more to learn, we not only expand our horizons, we also deepen our empathy. We become more compassionate, more open-minded, more human. In a world that constantly bombards us with distractions and demands quick reactions, curiosity slows us down. It encourages us to stop, to notice, and to listen, not just to the world around us, but to the people within it. So the next time you're faced with something unfamiliar, something uncomfortable, or even something you don't understand, pause, breathe. Let curiosity guide you, not judgment. Because in doing so, you allow yourself to grow in ways you never imagined. You allow space for insight, for connection, and for transformation. Now let us ask you, which of these Stoic techniques resonated most deeply with you? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections. And remember, the wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that understanding isn't a destination. It's a lifelong journey. Today's insights, they're just stepping stones on the road to your personal growth. So if you found value here, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and join us in this ongoing pursuit of wisdom. Together, let's keep learning, let's keep growing, and let's walk this path, one thought-provoking step at a time.